it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All right. Stop it. Ever since I found out that Brazil has Nigerian roots, that's a lie. History shows that Brazilians and the Cubans influenced Nigeria, that Americans have been influencing Africa for going on 200 years on record, man. Over 200 years on record, man. What are you talking about? Let's read, man. First, we got a comprehension is key, man. Man, it's crazy. Let's just go through this real quick. The Amaro and Agudas were Afro-Brazilian, right? Now, we know dog away, nobody was calling themselves no Afro-Brazilian. So clearly, this has been modernized based off, like, this has been, certain things have been interpreted about this time frame. But these people called themselves Amaros Agudas, right? Apparently. And they were Brazilians and Cubans, returnees. For you to say that it's a returnee, you need to show evidence that it's a returnee, right? Not just reinforce a narrative that was pushed, right? So there's evidence that people were traveled to Africa, but there's no evidence that people was coming by the droves from Africa to Brazil and all the parts of the Americas. These people, interesting. I don't know. It's really interesting. So it says right there, return, right? Actually went to in Nigeria about 1830, the Cubans and the Brazilians, and about 1899, so many had arrived that it was said that 1 in every 7 residents of Lagos had come from Cuba or Brazil. Let's read what they did. So the Amaros tended to be what? Catholic with high industrial skills. So the Amaros, the Brazilians, were good with industrial skills and they were Catholic? But I thought they were returnees. How did you forget your tribe so easily? Interesting. That's crazy. They would have just brought you from Africa. Interesting. So these people were good in industrial skills, but they were, and they spoke Portuguese. They were masons, carpenters, painters, locksmiths, tailors, shoemakers, seamstress, cooks, bakers, and consequently the locals, even the Sardos, right? Whom the Aguda dismissively called Ongimbo Dudu, Black Europeans became their apprentices. Amaros took on apprentices in Africa. Interesting, right? Interesting. And these people were masons, masons. So they made what? Buildings, right? These people were good at building, carpentry, painters, locksmiths, all this, right? If I don't wait, hold on a second. Yeah. Am I tripping? Let's actually go to the bottom. Let's read. The Amaros and Agudas made the biggest and best contribution to Lagos in the field of building, construction, and architecture, which greatly influenced Western Nigeria's architecture. The first Lagos brick, right? Oko Tijolo, in Yoruba, it translates loosely as a brick farm, was established in 1859 by Matthias de Cruz and Amaro and Aguda. All right. So this man, Brazilian, made the first brick farm in Nigeria in the 1800s. Do the average Nigerian tell you this? Do the average Nigerian tell you this? Like, stop playing. Let's go. All right. And what does it say right here? One of the Yoruba words for brick, right, is derived from the Portuguese word for brick. Tijolo, I think. Tijolo. So Yorubas have been getting influenced by Americans. Nigerians have been getting influenced by Americans, maybe intermixed, right, with these people, right, have been getting influenced, have taught these people, it seems, brought things dealing with food. Let's go up. Cooks, food. Maybe that's the reason they got cassava, right? Cassava is from the Americas, right? So they got a food from people. They've been influenced through food, tailoring, buildings, shoemaking, culture. Come on now. They've been influenced. We've been influencing Africa for such an extended amount of time. But you see her said, oh, they got, what's her name? They got Nigerian ancestry. But you see that they're the ones that something ain't right. So you're telling me that without showing evidence and by word of mouth, and then just because a lie is repeated throughout time, it somehow, overrides the truth. No. Once the truth shows itself, it overwrites the lie. And if you try to gaslight, you only think also dealing with the gaslighting. they think that by gaslighting, it somehow overwrites the truth. You know what I'm saying? But evidence shows Americans, Brazilians, Cubans, and other people, right, have influenced Africa. We know about the colonies that was created. We know about the Nova Scotians. We know about the Southeast, right? How we've been influencing these people, right? Sierra Leone. Come on now, we're going to keep it. The list goes on and on. This would explain the similarities that people point out. Americans have been influencing Africa. And so when I first saw so many years returnees, and then I asked for the primary evidence of them even being brought from that land and taken into the Americas, right? But we can see that they did not identify with any tribe, and they went all the way. They would call themselves, they would call, what, Amaru? Isn't that like the same thing as that? I think it was a deity that goes on in South America. Amaru, Tupac Amaru as well. Oh, wait, hold on a second. So their whole thing was rooted in Brazilian things, Brazilian decor. And they just conveniently forgot about their tribes and stuff like that. And even to this day, I think they still have communities. You know, the people that was over there, the Creoles, the Amarus, they even have a place in Ghana, actually. One second. Yeah, the Brazilian colony in Ghana, Accra's Taboon community. Tabin. I don't have it said. I think it's pronounced Tabon. All right, so and also you see that they just been influencing. So Americans have influenced Africa. No wonder you see similarities, and no wonder you see crops and things that originated within the Americas and they ended up in Africa. So they take these comparisons after American influence, right? And then they create this narrative that these things originated in the place that was influenced. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.